Hi, and welcome to Perpetual Fitness Training. My name is Holly. Thank you for joining me for your yoga session today. All right, this week has been my birthday week, and I started the week out with a birthday workout. And so I decided that when I designed this yoga routine, I wanted to do my favorite pose, which happens to be crow or bakasana. If you are unfamiliar with crow, this is an arm balance that requires some strength and opening through the legs. But don't let that scare you off or worry you. We're going to work step by step, and you can just stop where you're comfortable with. If you are more experienced in crows, maybe something that has been intimidating or that you haven't found yourself being able to do, follow me and let's see if we can't get you in a position that will allow you to work to the full expression of the pose. All you need today is a mat, a block, and a strap, maybe some water nearby, nice quiet music, and a place to work. This is more of a heat-based pose, so we will bring that body temperature up, and then we'll work through opening all the parts of the body and strengthening all the parts of the body that we need to in order to get into that full expression. So let's go ahead and grab that music, that quiet place. Let's begin. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start at the very front of our mat. I'm going to start with a sweater on. My studio is cold. I'm sure I will kick that off very quickly into the sun salutations, but I'm going to have to start with it right now. All right, feet are hip width apart. We're going to start in mountain pose. A little tiny bend to the knee. I want you to tuck that tailbone, pull that belly in nice and tight, lift that heart, roll those shoulders, palms forward, space between the chin and chest. Closing those eyes. Let's focus on the breath. Nice big inhale, pulling in as much as you can. Exhale, slowly relaxing those shoulders. Deep inhale, filling up the belly. Exhale, using the strength in the core to push that air out. Again, deep inhale. On this exhale, I want you to drop those shoulders. Relax through that upper body. Big inhale. Exhale, relax the muscles through the face. Give me two more deep inhales with that long, relaxing exhale. One more time. On your next inhale, opening those eyes, big inhale, reach up, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. If you need to, use a block. Hands are anchored, body block or floor. Crown of the head points toward the floor so that you're looking at those kneecaps. We're going to take a big step back with that right leg, moving into runner's lunge. Let those hips drop, shoulders relax, tummies tight. Let's go ahead and lift those hips up. Big inhale. As you exhale, sink down, shoulders drop, dropping that belly to the inside. Remember, your hands can both be inside. You can also be on that thigh. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, lower and hold. Let's go ahead and drop that right knee, drag your left foot back, finding your way into tabletop. Curl those toes, hips up, downward dog. If you're tight, go ahead and jog those heels, maybe press that chest in, bending the knees, giving yourself a little break. Let's go ahead and take it onto the knees. We're going to take that right foot forward, extend that left back and hold into a runner's lunge, shoulders down. To modify, you just keep that knee down, top of the foot to the mat. I want you to press off and come on up, moving into forward fold. Again, crown of the head to the floor, gazing at those knees. Belly is tight, heavy in that upper body. If you're super, super, super tight, your hands, the higher they come up, the better that will be for you. Please avoid the knee joint. You also have the option of bending the knees and kind of draping the upper body, but I'd rather this kind of be your last option because we're trying to stretch the hamstrings and warm them up. And we cannot do that if those knees are bent. It takes the hamstrings out of the stretch and pretty much just places it in the back. So trying to keep those legs straight without being locked. Remember to use a block or something that will help you out. It doesn't have to be a block. It could be a book. And now let's go ahead and bend those knees, belly tight, hands to your thighs. I want you to slowly roll up. At the top, we're going to roll those shoulders shoulders up, back and down. You're squeezing your glutes. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, swan dive, moving into a forward fold. Again, let the head drop, hands are anchored. We're going to take a big step back with that left foot, runner's lunge, let the hips drop. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower, shoulders down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale. Exhale, lower, and hold. Let's go ahead and take that left knee down, dragging that right foot back, moving into tabletop. Curl those toes, hips up. Downward dog. We're going to jog the heels this time. Press the right heel, bend the left knee, hold for an inhale. As you exhale, I want you to switch and bend the right and stretch through the left. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. One more time, inhale right, and exhale left. We're going to take both feet to the center of the mat. I want you to reach back with that right foot, separate those toes, both hip bones point to the floor, and just let that left heel fall. Let's go ahead and trade feet. So plant the right, reach with the left, toes are separated, right heel trying to touch the mat. You're still working on pressing that chest in, shoulders away from the ears. Take it back down, coming into downward dog. Dropping down to those knees, let's take that left foot forward, extending the right behind. Shoulders relaxed, tummy is tight. Letting the belly drop. Pushing off, let's come on up into forward fold. Bending those knees, knuckles drop, slowly rolling up. At the top, shoulder roll. Take a nice big inhale, reach up, reach those fingertips out, swan dive, forward fold. Come on up halfway. This is a flat back, looking forward. Exhale all the way down. Stepping back with your right. Let's take those hips down and hold. Taking that right knee down, drag this left foot back. And I want you to find your way into plank, either modified or full. Big inhale. Exhale, elbows graze the ribs as you come down. Inhale, lifting the heart. Up dog or cobra, shoulders down. And let's go ahead and take it back, moving back into downward dog. Feet together, reaching back with that right. Open up this time if you can. You're still letting that left heel fall toward the mat, separating those toes. Let's go ahead and sweep this right foot forward into runner's lunge. Modify by placing the knees down and helping that foot come forward. Once you're here, drop that back foot so you're in warrior feet. The heel and the arch are standing on the same line. That right hand comes into the center and you're just going to open up into side angle. If this is too low for you, you can use a block. You can also place that right arm on your thigh, dropping the hips. Let that left arm reach toward the ceiling. Shoulder blades are relaxed away from the ears. Your gaze can be up at the ceiling or to the side. And let's go ahead and come back down. We're going to push off with that back foot. So rotate on the toe, push off and move into forward fold. From here, we're going to work our way into chair. You're going to drop the hips, glue the chest to the thighs. I want you back in the heels. You should be able to lift those toes. Hands back. You're going to lift your heart first as high as you can. And then the arms are going to follow, reaching out in front. Hold and breathe. Let's inhale up. We're going to do a baby back bend. Palms together in prayer, exhaling to the heart. Moving to that left side, big inhale, reach up. Reaching out, swan dive, forward fold. Coming up halfway, flat back looking forward. Exhale all the way down. Stepping back with your left, let those hips drop and hold. Come on down into plank, modified or full. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly bring it down. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders down. Squeeze those glutes to help that low back out. And let's go ahead and take it back, moving into downward dog. Let's go ahead and take those feet together, reaching back with that left. Open up the hips, shoulder blades away from the ears. Separate those toes, hold. And let's go ahead and take this left foot forward in between those hands. Again, modify by dropping the knees. Extend that right behind you, turn on its side. The left hand this time comes to the inside on the floor, a blocker on your thigh. Open up, reaching that right arm toward the ceiling. Once you're up there, check those hips. Make sure they didn't float up, drop them down. Shoulders relax, gazing up, or just looking forward. Big inhale. On the exhale, let's go ahead and turn, coming back into runner's lunge, push off, back into forward fold. Bending those knees, dropping those hips, hands back, tummy tight. Let's go ahead and lift the chest as high as you can, and then the arms follow. Keep those shoulders low. Breathing deep, staying in the heels. Inhale up, baby back bend. Palms together as you exhale. All right, you can stay with that or add on with me. Big inhale, reach up. Reaching out, swan dive, forward fold. Come on up halfway, flat back looking forward. Exhale all the way down. Stepping back with that right, hips drop. Coming back into your plank, full or modified. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly come down. Hover if you can. Inhale, up dog or cobra, shoulders drop. Your hips are trying to push toward the floor, top of the feet to the mat. And let's go ahead and take it back. Downward dog. Feet together, let's reach back with that right. Open. Maybe you want to take your heel to your glute, point that knee up, press your chest in. Make sure your hands have equal pressure. Breathe. Let's go ahead and take this right foot in between those hands. Back foot turns, we have that warrior feet. Right hand to the inside, opening up into side angle. Using your modifications where you need to. Dropping those hips, shoulders relaxed. Hold here. From here, we're going to press through the front foot. We're just going to come on up into warrior two. You're looking over the front middle finger. You're pressing this right knee open, sinking into those hips, relaxing the shoulders. Give me one more breath. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel those arms, come on down, rotate on that back toe, push off, forward fold. Moving into chair. Sink those hips, chest to the thighs, hands back, lift your heart, and then your arms, shoulders down. Staying in those heels, maybe you can go a little lower. Your feet are about hip width apart. Stay strong through those legs. Big inhale, back, baby back bend. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Left side, big inhale, reach. Reaching out, swan dive. Coming up halfway. Take it all the way down. Stepping back, left. Hips drop, hold. Take it back into plank. Big inhale. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, up, shoulders down. If you're in up dog, your knees are off the floor. When you're ready, take it back, downward dog. Shoulder blades away, tailbone to the ceiling, feet together, left reaches back, open. Next step is heel in, pointing that knee up, feeling the lower rib cage. Breathe. That belly is tight. And let's go ahead and sweep this left foot forward. Back foot turns, warrior feet, sink. Left hand to the inside, block or thigh. Open up that right. Hips drop. Gaze can be up at the ceiling or to the side. Big inhale. On the exhale, let's press through those feet and come on up, warrior two. Once you're here, shoulders down, blades together. Tuck your tailbone, sink down. Open up this left knee. Gazing over that front middle finger. Breathe. Big inhale. On the exhale, let's go ahead and take it down. Rotating on that back toe. Come on up. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Chest to the thighs. Hands back. Lift your heart and then your arms. Sinking into those hips. Breathe. Warming up through those thighs. Let's inhale up. Baby back bend. Palms together. Exhale to your heart. One more time on each side. Inhale up. Reach. Reaching out, swan dive. Coming up halfway. Exhale all the way down. Stepping back right. Let those hips drop. Come on back into plank. Finding your plank. Big inhale. Exhale. Elbows graze the ribs. Hover if you can. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Let's drop those shoulders down. Lift that heart up. Big inhale. As you exhale, hips up. Downward dog. Shoulder blades away. Feet together. Reach back right. Open. Heel in. Maybe a little twist. You drop that foot toward the left side. Feeling the stretch move up the rib cage. Breathe into those ribs. Right foot between those hands. Back foot turns. Sink low. Right hand to the inside. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Pressing through those feet. Come on up. Oh, here, warrior two. Shoulders down, sink. Open up that front knee. Shoulder blades down and together. Gazing over that front middle finger. Sink those hips a little deeper. Moving into triangle, let's straighten that front leg. Come on down. Cartwheeling those arms. Your right hand can be on your shin, the block, or the floor. What I don't want is this left twist. You need to be able to keep that left arm pointing up at the ceiling. So adjust as you need to stay open through the chest. One more breath. And exhale, go ahead and rotate that left. Come on, runner's lunge, push off. Forward fold. Bend those knees, sink those hips, hands back. Let's lift that heart. And then those arms, shoulders stay down. Breathe. Inhale up, back bend. Palms together, exhale to your heart. All right, this is our last side. Big inhale, reach. Reaching out, swan dive. Coming up halfway. Take it all the way down. Stepping back with that left, let those hips drop. Come on back into your plank. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly down. Hover, stay in control. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Dropping those hips, lifting that heart. Knees are off the floor if you're an up dog. Take it back, downward dog. Let's take those feet together, reaching back with that left open. Heel in, maybe a little twist. Feeling the rib cage. Still removing the shoulders from your ears. Letting that right heel fall. Let's take this left foot in between those hands. Back foot turn, sink. Left hand to the inside, block, floor, or your body. Open up that right. Drop those hips, hold. Big inhale. As we exhale, we're pushing through those feet, bringing that upper body up. Warrior two. Shoulders down, blades together, sink. Open up that left knee. Breathing deep. One more inhale. As we exhale, we're straightening this front leg. We're reaching out with that arm and then slowly coming down, resting the hand on the shin or the block or the floor, keeping this right shoulder pulled back and the arm reaching for the ceiling, fingers separated. Big inhale. As we exhale, rotate, come on down, rotate on the back toes, push off, forward fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, hands back, belly tight, lift your heart, shoulders down, hold. Go as low as you can. This is your last one. Take a nice big inhale, baby back bend, palms together. Exhale to your heart and release. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and grab a drink if you need it. I am finally warm. My toes don't feel cold anymore, so I'm going to take this sweater off. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start at the very front of our mat. We're going to move back into mountain. Feet are hip width, slight bend. Tuck your tailbone, abs tight. Lift your heart, roll your shoulders, palms forward. Space between your chin and chest. Breathe. Closing your eyes, bring your focus back to that breath. We're going to try and slow that heart rate down. So take a nice big inhale, filling up the belly. Exhale, use your muscles in your belly to push that air out. Get all of that air out. Inhale. Big exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Opening those eyes. Big inhale, arms reach up. Let's swan dive and move into forward fold. I want the crown of your head to drop. So you're looking at those knees. We're going to move into a deep forward fold. So you're going to bend those knees. You're going to take those hands behind the back. And you're going to grab your hands, wrists, forearms, or elbows. The closer you get to your elbow with your grab, the more intense the stretch is. So if it's too much for you, just release it back a little bit more toward the hands. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, lift those hips, straighten the legs, let the head relax, and hold on. Take a big inhale, rounding through the back. Relax the shoulders as you exhale. Hold those relaxed shoulders and keep breathing through the spine. So we're getting this deep stretch not only through our legs, but also into our back. Deep breaths. One more time, big inhale. And release those hands, bend those knees, belly tight. We're just going to ragdoll up. You're keeping those abs in. We're working through that spinal flexion, rounding the shoulders. We're working to warm up that spine because if you've never done this pose before, it is in a rounded back position. So we want to bring some mobility into that spine. Let's take a nice big inhale, arms reach up. As we exhale, the hands come behind our back. We're going to interlace our fingers and let's do a chest stretch. Arms reach up. Now, if this does not work for you, it is a great place to use your strap. You can take the strap behind the back and then you can make those hands as wide as you need to accommodate your tight shoulders or tight chest muscles. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to swan dive down and the arms are going to come up off our back. Once we're down, shoulders relaxed. Tummy is nice and tight. You can shake out that head. This is also called peddler's pose. This pose does use our shoulders, so this move right here is just opening up the chest, stretching out those shoulders. And now bring the hands back to the low back, release the hands down, moving into forward fold. We are going to step back and come onto our knees into tabletop position. I want you to drop your belly and look up. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, I really want you to focus on rounding. We're going to hold it here, hold in mad cat. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, drop the belly, look up. Again, working through that spine mobility, tucking around. Hold right here. Think about getting that spine as high to the ceiling as you can, pulling your belly button in as tight as you can. One more inhale and exhale, release it down. Coming into neutral or tabletop. Let's take that right foot forward. We're going to extend this left knee back, so you're just going to walk it back as far as you can. Both hands are going to come to the inside. We're going to move into lizard lunge. So if you're tight or you know it's something you struggle with, you can go ahead and bring that block into the center and you can rest those forearms on this block. The block does have 3 levels. So feel free to use those different levels as you need to get lower and lower in this pose. I want you to hold as low as you can. And this right knee, it stays into your shoulder. You're not going to let it flare open out to the side. Keep that knee as close to your shoulder as you can. The tummy tight and sinking down. We're opening up through the hip, warming, getting that hip flexor a little stretch as well. One more breath. And let's go ahead and gently walk it up. We're going to switch. So let's go ahead and take the left forward. If you need to, you can extend that right behind you to give you a counter stretch there. Sink down, both hands to the inside. Be aware, each side is different. You may need to go up a little higher on your block if you're using that today, or maybe you need to add that block. Keeping that knee in, or maybe you can go lower. Shoulders relaxed, tummies tight. Sink those hips, push that chest out. Get that back as flat as you can. It doesn't have to be totally flat, but I don't want you reaching and dropping and struggling to reach this position. I want you to go where your body allows you to, keeping that knee in toward the left shoulder. One more time. All right, come on back. Removing that block. All right, we're going to move into a plank position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to practice one of the moves that it takes to do crow. You're going to actually, from plank, bring your knee toward the outer part of the arm. So this is warming up through the core. It's also kind of working through those muscles and giving you a little muscle memory for the move. So let's go ahead, wide fingers, come on up into plank. If this hurts your hands, it can be fists. You can also do this in forearm plank. All right, it's going to start with the right knee. Bring it to the outer part near the elbow. Hold. Bring it back. Big inhale. Exhale, left. Bring it back. Go ahead and come on down to those knees. Sitting back in child's, let that head drop. Just take a moment's break. Shoulders relax. Inhale up. Let's go ahead and do that again. Come on back up into plank. Tummy's tight. Big inhale. On the exhale, knee to the elbow. Round your back, tummy tight. Hold. Coming back out. Big inhale. We're holding a little longer. Exhale. Knee to the outside. Round your back. Hold. You feel that core working? Take it back out. Knees down. Child's, let that head drop. Breathe. So we're using that core a lot in crow pose. You got to have a strong core. Inhale up if you want to be successful at crow pose. Let's go ahead and take those legs out. One more time, holding it a little longer. Big inhale. Exhale, knee to the outside of the arm. Hold. Round the back, pull that belly in. Take it back out. Big inhale. Exhale, left side's turn. Round, tummy's tight. Pointing those toes. And back out, and knees down. Okay, let's move into cat and cow. Drop your belly, inhale. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, we drop, look up. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to the center. All right, we're going to turn on our mat so that you are using the length of the mat side to side. I want you to widen those knees as wide as they'll go. And then the feet, this is called frog pose because I want those feet out to the side. Now this depends on your flexibility. So if you have to keep those toes pointed back, that's fine. Just do the best that you can. You want those bones on the inner part of the ankle to be on the mat so that it has padding because they do tend to hurt in this position. All right, readjust if you need to. This may be enough, you may be dying. If it is, I want you to stay right here and just work through this position here, relaxing through the hips. If you can, you're gonna take it down to the forearms. And then maybe from here, you're gonna push those hips back toward the heels. It doesn't take much. You usually feel it right away. Breathe. Relaxing the shoulders. Now I want you to think about relaxing through the hips. There's no tension in the ball and socket or any of the muscles surrounding that joint. There's no tension through the thigh. Just let the knees hold you up. All right, we're gonna go with one more set of breath. That's an inhale and an exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. And then inhale and come on up to the hands. All right, I apologize. There's no great way to get out of this. It just always is uncomfortable. So just bring those knees together, slowly side to side. Turn back to the front of your mat, sitting back in child's pose. Take those hands back by the arches to release through the shoulders. Breathe. And inhale up, coming back into tabletop. We're going to move into cobbler. So let's go ahead and come on down to our glutes. Take the soles of the feet together, lifting up through the chest, making a little basket, taking it underneath the baby toes, thumbs across the big toes. Big inhale. Push your chest out, shoulders down, exhale. Pull your chest closer toward those feet, letting those knees open up. Keep pushing the chest out. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, go ahead and sit up nice and tall, keeping your feet like this. We're just gonna warm up through the wrists. So I just want you to just do some palms out, palms down, palms out, palms down. Staying uplifted through the back. Coming back to the center. Now I want you just to do like little windshield wipers. You're just moving those hands side to side. Coming back to the center. Let's do some wrist rolls. And now the opposite direction. Bring in some heat into the wrist. Gotta prepare it as well. And then go ahead and shake it out. All right, we are going to, well, there's a few ways to get into this position. You can get into it from a yoga squat, which is the traditional way. If you can't get into yoga squat, you can do it basically into a wide-toed forward fold. But I'm going to show you how I get into it. It's kind of a combination between the two, and we'll go from there. Now, if you are worried about rolling forward with crow, I want you to do this with a couch or a chair in front of you, or a wall, something that will prevent you from falling. Most people, when they are intimidated by this pose, are worried that they'll continue to roll forward and that they'll get hurt. So by putting an object in front of you that's soft and will prevent you from rolling, it can take that fear away. But if you do find yourself rolling, remember this to tuck and roll. It's just like a forward roll, okay? All right, let me go ahead and show you. I don't want to scare you. I just wanted to make sure you knew that it is safe and that you can't easily get out of this position. All right, so I start by taking the hands down, and they are shoulder width apart, wide fingers. This is a good foundation. Then I take 1 foot forward, and I want the arm to be right against that knee. And then or the arm right, yeah, that's right, and I'm just gonna squat here. So this is just the beginning position I like to get into. I move into my heels. This opens up through my hips. So this is just a warm-up position for me. This is a great foundation pose for anyone that doesn't have the strength yet to move into crow. So from here, we're gonna come back down. And you can just stretch those legs out. And the more you drop those hips, the more you'll open up. Okay, so from there, once I've done that, then I move forward. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to transfer the weight to my hands. And when I do that, I'm going to bend this elbow, both elbows bend. And you're going to create this little shelf right here on your triceps. And this knee goes right into that shelf, okay? Right into the shelf. I'm up on the toes. I'm going to go ahead and bring that other foot forward, and I'm going to do the same thing. Bring the knees into the triceps. Elbows bent, weight in the hands. This is your second position. Right here, I want you to round your back, pull your belly in, just like we did when we brought that plank position, the knee to the outside. It's that same formation in the belly. Now from here, you continue to transfer the weight to the hands, and you start to lift a foot, rounding the back, pulling that belly in, maybe going to that other side. You can continue that position, or bring one foot up, and then bring the other up. Nice and easy, one at a time. Belly's tight. Round through that back. And then to come out of it, you just reverse it. I like to give myself a little shake. And then I'm going to do it again. Because now I've shown my body and my brain what I'm doing. I tend to do it better on the second try. So we're going to go ahead and do it again. Knees to the triceps to create that shelf. Tummy's tight. Maybe just one foot, maybe both. And then from here, you can push back into plank. Almost. So that is the next stage that you can work toward. I haven't done that in a really long time, so it was probably pretty bad. But that's okay. The idea is basically just to move into that crow position. Tummy is tight. And then when you're finished, go ahead and come on down. I want you to take those hands, and they're going to come right next to the body with the wrist pretty much in line with the knee. Then you start to sit back, shoulders relax, breathe. And you're just going to sit back until you feel the stretch through the wrist. If you want a little bit more, walk those hands toward the feet. If it's too much, walk the hands in front of the knees, and that'll give you more control. And let's go ahead and take it up. And you're just going to switch the hand. Same thing, sitting back. Adjust the hands until you like how it feels. You want to get that nice stretch. Those wrists worked hard. There's muscles in the wrists that you're building as you're holding that pose. So they do get fatigued. They're pretty small. And take it up. I come up onto the knees. And then what I do is just roll my wrists out. One more time. We have a lot of airplanes flying today, so it's easier to get rid of the sound if I'm not talking. So if there's big groups of silences, it's just, you can imagine there's a plane flying, and I know that my sound guy is going to remove that sound, but not if I'm talking. So I have to stay quiet. All right, let's go ahead and take it down. Oh, great job. Even attempting, even if you didn't make that pose, that is a challenging and an advanced pose. So congratulations for even just trying. The more you work with it, the stronger you'll get, and then the easier that pose will come. Everybody is different. Some people absolutely abhor that pose. I really like that pose. It's my favorite one. So thank you for allowing me to show you that pose today. All right, let's go ahead and come on down, arms out, flat back, and then round, tummy's tight, slowly coming down. If your abs have had enough, grab a hold of those legs. Knees to the chest, shoulders relax. Just rock side to side. Oh, I can just feel my spine releasing. It's popping. Back to the center. Drop that low back down, side to side on that low back. Now, if you find that your low back is tight right now, you can go ahead and do some low back stretches. You can just pause it and do some low back stretches. But we're going to move right into corpse. So go ahead and plant those feet, legs extended, arms next to the body. Use those heels to march that spine nice and straight. Open up through the hips, allowing those legs to open naturally. No tension through those legs. I want you to feel as if you're like dead weight and you're just pushing against this mat, relaxing. Focus on that breath. Now, please remember, Shavasana is about your comfort for either meditating, some people choose to pray, or just for a little quiet moment. But you're not going to be able to do that if you are not relaxed. So if this pose doesn't work for you, maybe this one's better, knees bent, Maybe recline butterfly with those legs going out to the side, or even rolling onto your side. Especially if you're pregnant, this would be a better one, with a pillow in between the knees. Closing those eyes, let's focus on the breath. Nice big inhale, pulling in as much air as you can. As you exhale, I want you to relax any tension from the body. Start at the top with the head, and slowly, muscle by muscle, relax, relieving tension. Deeper inhale. On this exhale, really get that air out, all that stale air. Relax the body into the mat. Deep inhale. As you exhale, feel your body releasing even more stress. There's no tension in the glutes, in the back, the jaw, around the eyes, in the forehead. Let those hips open naturally. Focus only on that breath, trying to keep the mind blank, leaving the outside distractions, clearing the mind, relaxing through that stress. It'll be there when you're finished. Take this moment. Be a little selfish for the next 5 minutes. I want you to stay in Shavasana as long as you need to, until you feel balanced and rested. Have a blessed day. Namaste.